Hey, Perry Jeffries here with the Diamond Equity Advisors. Hey, in this short presentation, we are going to discuss one of our areas of expertise, helping our clients create a financial blueprint so that they can secure and grow their financial future. So, here at Diamond Equity Advisors, we believe that a holistic financial plan should include six components: budget, retirement planning, insurance, investments, taxes, and legacy. We're going to discuss those six components in this presentation. Your budget. Your budget is the foundation of having healthy finances. It all starts with understanding your cash flow, how much money is coming in and out, and also to making sure that you have solid credit so that you're not overpaying on any of your debts or things of that nature. So it starts with the budget. This is the foundation of your financial blueprint. Moving next is insurance. So your risk management. You can have the best financial investment strategies available. But if you drop the ball here, this could totally ruin your finances. So we want to make sure that we have insurance on our life so that we can protect our loved ones and provide for them when we leave. We want to make sure that we have insurance over our health to just ensure that we're buttoned up and not having crazy health insurance bills and things of that nature. And you can also have insurance over your income, so to protect your income in case something happens and you're unable to work. So this is the first stop after understanding budget. Next, we have retirement planning. Retirement planning is not how big your nest egg is. Retirement planning is simply knowing your numbers, because what retirement planning is having enough cash flow in the future to be able to cover your monthly expenses so that you have the option of whether or not you have to work or not. So in the retirement planning section, this is where we are 100% focused on creating sustainable future income and, and understanding where we're going to get future cash flow from. So it's not about how large your nest egg is, it's about the assets and the income that you have available to give you the freedom to have the choice of whether or not you want to work or not. Investing. So with respects to investing, it's all about asset selection. So whether it's stocks, real estate, business, mutual funds, insurance, here at Diamond Equity Advisors, we will not pigeonhole you into putting your money into something that you're not comfortable in or you don't understand. Our goal is just to help you understand the ROI that is needed from these assets in order to reach our end goal. So that's what we focus on, because we know that the assets that you acquire are going to help with how much money you're going to need in the future. And then we help you understand down to the penny how much money you need to be contributing. We see so many times that individuals have great intentions and they're putting money away, but they have no idea how much money they need to put away, nor the return on investment that is required for them to reach their goals. Taxes, very important section right here. If you don't have a financial plan that addresses your tax liability, then your plan is going to be faulty. Reason being, taxes is always going to be one of the highest expenses you have in your finance. So whether you're pre-retirement, post-retirement, regardless of the case, tax is burden is always going to be someplace probably between 10 to 15, maybe upwards of 40%. So you want to plan on it. So in this section, we analyze your current deductions, we project what your future tax liability may be, and the goal is to get you to the 0% tax bracket via the power of the book, The Power of Zero, how to get to the 0% tax bracket in retirement. So we don't have a crystal ball with respect to where taxes are going to be in the future. But what we do know is that historically speaking, we have seen tax rates as high as 70%. So we want to make sure that we mitigate some of those potential future tax burdens by making sure that we plan for taxes on the front end so that we're not losing money to taxes in the future. And then you have your legacy. So this is where you get into your estate planning. A lot of times when people hear legacy, they think about, oh, this is planning for death. But no, this is actually planning for life. We want to make sure that we have the correct beneficiaries on all of your accounts. We want to determine whether or not we need to create some living trust to add additional protection to your personal assets or to fulfill your future wishes if something were to happen to you. wills, and also too looking at power of attorneys, your health power of attorneys, your financial power of attorneys, things of that nature. So this is an area where you are creating, your legacy so they can, your vision for your family can continue even after you're gone. But even while you're alive, this is a very important step just to make sure that you're protecting your assets as well. So those are the six components of a holistic financial plan. Then we go into, our bucket plan strategy. So we have the six components, but now we need to see how we divvy these dollars up. So what we do is we simplify the financial planning process by simply saying this: we're going to divide dollars into now, soon, and later on buckets. Your now bucket is monies that you need in the next 0 to 12 months. Your soon bucket is money you need in the next 2 to 10 years. And your later on bucket is monies that you need for 10 years plus. In your now bucket, this is where we're going to keep cash. These dollars we do not want to put at risk because we need them in less than a year. Your soon bucket is where we're going to identify funds that you need in the next 2 to 10 years and make sure that we create a strategy where, one, we can keep up with inflation, upwards of 4% or so, but also two, we want to make sure that we're looking at ways that we can potentially protect your principal because we don't want to lose funds that we need in the soon bucket. And then in your later on bucket is where we're focused on long-term growth, funds that we don't need for 10 years plus. So when we simply take your funds, your assets, and divide into the now, soon, and later on buckets, it gives you crystal clarity and peace of mind knowing that your monies are divided the right way. Creating that plan starts with one, understanding where you are today. So seeing where you are on paper, looking at all of your assets, identifying where you have post-tax investments, pre-tax investments, tax-free investments, insurance, real estate, where you sit far as your debt, because we want to understand exactly where your current net worth is, but also to what assets you have available to help fund this particular plan. So it starts with being able to see everything on paper. Then from there, we go into your income gap. So we get an idea of kind of the current income, if you're pre-retirement, of what you're currently earning, and get an idea of how much fixed income you're projected to have. So that could come from Social Security, pension plans, potentially real estate. But what we want to do is see where that income gap is so we know what we need to create for future income later on down the line. Where the rubber meets the road is right here when we actually start to put these numbers into our flow chart, where we can see exactly, from a living expense standpoint, based on inflation, how much income you need, and understand that inflation is one of the silent killers of retirement, because a lot of times we think about retirement dollars in today's dollars versus future dollars. We always have to consider this. $10 today will not spend like $10 tomorrow. So when we do our income planning, we automatically factor a 3% inflation rate. And then from there, we identify where you're going to get your fixed income. And then from there, we identify what funds need to come from your nest egg, if you need to have a part-time job, if you have rental income coming in. But what we do in this step is we get really crystal clear on what your future income needs are so that you can plan appropriately. And then from there, we go into, what needs to happen. So whether you're contributing to a 401k or a retirement plan or your own IRA account, we get crystal clear down to, probably $1,000 of what you need to be putting away, how many years you need it to grow, and also to the return on investment that you need to hit in order for you to reach your goals. So we want you to be crystal clear not only on, your six components, and having things broken down into your now and soon later on buckets, but crystal clear on what your commitment needs to be to your plan. So knowing your numbers, and we always make these numbers more conservative. We rather see you have more money than run out of money. So now this gives you a crystal clear roadmap as far as, direction on what you need to be doing in order to hit those goals. And what's lovely about the plan is that it can change based upon as your situations change. So we highly recommend that you review your plan as things change. And there you have it. That is our quick overview to our financial blueprint, how we help our clients secure and grow your financial future here at Diamond Equity Advisors. Let us know if you have any questions. We look forward to working with you. Have a great day.